Okay, for once it's not a taste test video, and the reason it's so dark is it's almost 8 o'clock at night here, and daylight savings time is also over, so I don't really have like my TV for a light right now. I do have a fucking lamp. It's just the outlet that's nearest to my nightstand I'm using for my charger for my phone and for my Nintendo Switch. Well, Switch Lite. And yeah, so they're always plugged in, so like there's no room for the lamp, and like there are other outlets in my room, but like they're inconveniently placed and I can't get to them. And the cord for the lamp isn't that long. Also, a bunch of shit on my nightstand all the time. So anyway, that's why this is the lighting setup we have. Anyway, so for once it's not a taste test or that kind of thing. It is kind of a first impression video. I call them first impressions, but a lot of times it's me just kind of explaining very vaguely what the first episode is or what the show is about, and then if I think I'm gonna like it or not. Like, it's not like I go in depth. But anyway, so this is another Crunchyroll one, Beast Tamer. Very self-explanatory. So, I just finished the first episode. I'm just starting the second one now. I believe there are 4 episodes out currently, right now. Yeah, 4 episodes. And, sorry, but I'm talking really fast. Kind of happens sometimes. And also, I forgot to breathe there. So it's kind of like, finish your sentence and get the air, bitch! Anyway. God, that's so weird. Anyway. The way I said that was weird. Anyway. Anyway, so yeah, Beast Tamer. My brain fell out my skull there. So as you can imagine from the anime title, our main character is a Beast Tamer. You feel real dumb when you start tripping over the easy words. Anyway, so yes, Beast Tamer is about someone who's a beast tamer, and they basically make temporary contracts with animals to gain their help. And we open up to our main character, Rain, kind of like opening up a room, and his party members are there, and they're basically, yeah, you're fired. And we go to the opening song, which isn't bad, by the way. It actually is kind of catchy. Like, not super, like, head-bopping, Attack on Titan awesomeness. It's catchy. I think it's better than a lot of anime openings. I don't know if it really fits with the show so far. I think the ending is actually better and seems to fit the style of the ending animation. The ending animation, like, it fits it better. It's another one of those, we have the girls sing the song, which I always find weird. Like, I love when they have characters, like, people who, like, do the voice acting for the characters sing songs in the show. But I always find it weird how it's never the main fucking character. It's always, like, the romantic interests that are singing. Which isn't bad. A lot of them are very good singers, but it's always like, why the fuck ain't you? I always find that a little weird to me. You know, sell them away, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, the ending is pretty cute. So yeah, he asks, why are you firing me? And instead of just being like, well, to be perfectly honest, we need like another combat type, and that's not really you. We can't really afford to keep you on. Like, there's better ways they could have said it, but they're just straight white pricks about it, saying you're useless, you're a piece of shit, you're always a problem for, just like the most dickish shit you could say that you don't need to. Literally, you could have just done it the way I did. There's no reason for them to just belittle this poor bastard. But they're total pricks. He's definitely better off without them, and it's like he's part of the heroes party. If that's the hero, I don't want to know what the fucking villain is, okay? Of course, we've been slightly introduced that it's gonna be like a fucking Demon King, Demon Lord or something. It always fucking is. Anyway, so he gets axed from the heroes party or whatever. Hero, let's be honest. And he kind of just is like, okay, what am I gonna do now? And we kind of get like a little moment with like these little villager kids. And they come up to him, and he's nice. He's kind of like playing with them. He makes a temporary contract with like this hawk, I think. I don't know, some kind of brown bird hawk. Like, I want to say eagle. It's not a fucking eagle. It's like a hawk or a falcon or something. I don't know, some kind of brown predatory looking bird. And makes a temporary contract with it. makes it say like hello to them, and does like this cool, very suave bow, by the way, which I thought was kind of hilarious for some reason. It tickled me a little bit to kind of giggle, and then he ends the contract, flies away. He says thank you, and they kind of give us a little that they actually like him, but they didn't really like the hero because I guess even the kids notice that they're kind of always rude to commoners and sucking up to the nobles and the rich people, and they actually kind of like scare them. And then he's like, kind of thinking to himself, oh, so that's why I always received like an awkward, like he received like a. I don't think they were mean to him, but I think they were probably like, oh fuck, he's probably with the hero's party. Like it looked like the commoners were just the people. Like it shows like like a still image of him, kind of like at like a food stall or something, and they have very annoyed looks on their faces. And it's probably not towards him, but because he's in the hero's party, of course, sometimes when you don't like someone, if there's someone that's associated with them, you might kind of like slip and be like, oh fuck. It's kind of like that. So it doesn't think they're super shitty to him or anything. I think they're probably just like, oh, just take your shit and go, And they kind of mentioned that they want to be beast tamers when they grow up, and they mentioned something about adventurers, and because he was just fired from the hero's party, he's like, okay, what do I do now? And they kind of give him the idea to be an adventurer, and then he goes to the Adventurers Guild, or whatever the fuck the building is called in this universe. I don't know. Usually it's always like the Adventurers Guild, isn't it? And, there's like a piece of hair or something on me. And, so he goes there, and they have him do kind of like a test, which makes sense because, like it makes sense you would have to do a test to get into the guild. Like a lot of times they just kind of like, I feel like I've seen like an Adventurers Guild kind of like at least mentioned in quite a few anime, and usually you can just join. Like not a lot of times I've seen them like having to do a test. Like the only thing I can think of off my head of having to like do a test for like the Adventurers Guild is like this anime, and the only other anime I'm thinking is one of these days I'll stop trying to call it Real Men the Slimes. God damn it, what is it called? By the Race of the Gods. Also on Crunchyroll, also a very cute anime. Where he has to take his kind of like test as well. And he kind of asks, well, she starts like saying, okay, he's like, can you explain from the beginning? I don't really know a lot about adventurers. And he like thinks to himself because the heroes probably looked down on them, so they never really interacted with them. So he like politely asks, can you kind of explain from the beginning? The receptionist is like, that's surprising. Usually no one really does that. And she gives the rundown and that he has to do a test where he has to like kill 10 goblins to get some medical supplies or something, which is basically the first episode. Sorry. And I wake up and like the crack, and then because my sister, I watch the dogs, so her dog comes in with me. So she gets up at like 5 something in the morning, which means I'm up at 5 something in the morning. Luckily I have the option to go back to sleep. But sometimes your body doesn't want to go to sleep, You're just kind of like, I'm fucking up now. Until I guess I'm eventually pass out hours later. But right as I start to fall asleep, it's always when like my mom and dad get up, so then I gotta go take care of them. And then that means letting the dogs out, because if I don't let that dog out, my little sister is what I call her, Sassy, is another dog, my mom's dog. Well, she's more than my dad's, probably, if you think about it, like, she will guaranteed poop on the floor. And it irritates, like, it makes me laugh, and it irritates me, because she does it, and then she'll see me go up to clean it, and then she's like, hey, you found my thing! Hold on, my Roku went to sleep, so, there you go, I'm back. Oh, I remember I was following, okay. Anyway, don't know why I'm telling you that. Anyway, so he does his test. In the middle of his test, he manages to kill the goblins, and he uses like squirrels or chipmunks. I don't know what the fucking difference is. The brown ones with the stripes, I think they're chipmunks, right? To kind of help him like locate the goblins. Goblins, there you go. And then while he like finishes that, he hears a scream, goes into the forest, and of course, there's most likely romantic interest number 1 there, and he kind of saves her from like this tiger. I guess it's like his dingery tiger or whatever, and he knows he can't really beat it, so he's like, I kind of can just fucking stall for time while she gets out of here. She doesn't. She one-shots that motherfucker, and then kind of passes out from, of course, the obvious thing, because it's always the obvious thing of, where, like, they pass out, and they're like, oh my god, are you okay? Do you need medical help? And they're just, like, hungry, and I'm just like, I mean, for once, she doesn't explain that, like, she hasn't eaten or drank anything for days, so it, like, makes sense she'd pass out. Like, not like you can't pass out, but I don't know, it always feels like, oh, you went 5 minutes without food in this anime and you pass out. Like, you ever seen that anime where it's like, I don't know, it just feels like, I don't know, weird. What was I saying? Anyway, so he passes out, she kind of thanks him because he gives her some rations, and basically she suggests, after finding he's a beast tamer, I apologize, that let's make a contract with each other, and yes, it fucking works. Oh yeah, I should probably explain, she's a cat spirit. And yeah, then they're kind of in this bond type thing, and then he's finished up the request for getting the medical supplies, and he commands these adorable little pink torn bunny things to, like, help him collect, like, because a temporary contract with them to help him collect the medical herbs, or what the fuck it was he's looking for. And she's surprised by this, because apparently only, like, beast tamers can only handle, like, one contract, even if it's temporary, at a time, and that the fact that he's contracted with her and he can also command a bunch of them makes no sense. And he's just like, where I'm from, this is fucking normal. And then, like, he doesn't iterate anymore, and, like, the ending starts. And yeah, that is where we are for the first episode. I don't know why people watch my videos. They are so goddamn boring. I apologize. God damn. I don't keep going on fucking camera. Like, it's not... I will not go to sleep. It's the sad thing. I will be up until, like, past fucking midnight. And then maybe I'll drift off to sleep, and I'll wake up around 3. So between, like, 1 and, like, 4 o'clock in the morning to pee. And then I'll go back to sleep. And then I'll repeat. Until, you know, I gotta go up, and then I gotta get the dog, and anyway. Yeah, that is Beast Tamer, episode 1, my very shitty summary of the first episode. I'm not sure what to think of this one. I don't think it's going to be bad or anything. I'm hoping I like it. I think I'm probably going to like it less than the anime I just mentioned, By the Grace of the Gods. I actually really like that one to the point I will watch it repeatedly. Where this is, I think I'm probably going to maybe think part of it's cute. Like, I don't think I'll hate it or anything. I think I'm probably going to like it more than fucking Isekai Cheap Editions. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's like my go-to for anime, but it is. So I'm hoping I like it better than that. If it's better than that, it gets a pass from me. And okay, at least it wasn't shit. That anime is the most critical. It wasn't shit. It was just fucking boring. Like, usually, even shitty anime, I'm like, well, there's at least this one thing I liked in it, whether it was music, or maybe it was a character, or some fucking stupid thing that happened during an episode, but, like, nothing was memorable about that show for me. I was just like, okay, I watched that, I'm not gonna watch it again, I'm done. And apparently it was like, what, was it a movie, another special episode, some fucking thing that I haven't watched, and I don't know if I fucking wanna. Like, part of me thinks I should. Well, the other part of me is like, bitch, you didn't enjoy the show. Why are you watching a special episode, whatever the fuck it is? Anyway, yeah, like and subscribe, check out my videos, and tell me if you're gonna watch this one. What do you think of it? No spoilers or anything in the comments, please. Not like renewing really comments, but still, it's nice to not. I don't know what I'm saying. I was gonna say it's like nice to like tell people who may eventually comment not to do that. I don't. Anyway, apparently I need to take a fucking nap or something. How many times? I don't usually yawn that often. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing like 20 on camera now, and it's irritating. And of course, you yawn so hard your fucking eyes start to water. Okay, yeah, apparently I need a fucking nap. Thanks for watching my videos, and bye.